I work around the clock at 2 jobs. I do 14, 16-hour work days. Last week in LA, I think I did 2 radio shows and 3 TV shows.
Wow.
And everybody came up to me and they said, why? And they gave me 3 words of advice. They said, you're not funny. No, I'm joking with you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Jimmie, this is so
exciting. FOMO!
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy.
Appreciate you guys having me on. You know, it's funny. You're the only guys that actually are putting me on now, so I very much appreciate it.
Oh, it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is Thanksgiving week. Do you have any big plans for the holidays?
No, but guess what I found out?
What?
The Pilgrims weren't Jews. The Jews sold the Pilgrims to turkeys.
There it is. Yes.
Cadet, guess what happened to me last night?
What happened?
I came home at 10 o'clock and my wife was in her nightgown.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end table in the ashtray was a cigar, but it was lit. The cigar was lit.
Uh-huh.
I said, honey, where'd that cigar come from? And a voice in the closet said, would you believe Havana? That's when the fight started. When you come from a Jewish family, your mom says you're going to be a doctor. So my brother became a doctor, I became a dentist, but then that's not really your passion. It makes you a living, and it's nice to a point, but your passion is, you know, what you love doing. I like entertaining people, and I like being the funny guy.
So, were you bar mitzvahed?
Bas mitzvahed before the sex change. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Rabbi Kimowitz took a little bit too much off the top, to be honest with you.
That's like one of my favorite jokes. Like I married a Gentile, as my dad would say, and so my dad always threatens, you know, to do the surgery for him.
I married a Chinese girl, and I'll tell you, she screams when I have sex, especially when I walk in on her. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, she screams and hollers when I have sex, and she realizes I'm not going to take no for an answer.
Oh my God! Okay, wow.
Yeah, a kid cadet, you know, I know how to make a girl say yes.
What? How?
I say, am I bothering you? Works all the time. I need to keep that style of comedy alive. Nobody will do it. No comedians will interact with the public directly, so the Jersey Outlaw has to step up.
Yeah. Do you ever get nervous, Jimmie?
No, I'm just a big ham, and my son says I have histrionic personality disorder, so I feed on this. This is like a drug. Fame and entertainment's a drug. It's almost like I need that FOMO in my life. I have a lot of problems, as you can see.
You know, when people were on Carson and he would call them over to the couch to talk to him, that was the
four times to do comedy before you got called over to the couch. Yeah, you know, Roger was telling me that last week. I didn't even know that. Entertainment's hard, and here's what I'll say to the people out there. If it's not a passion for you, don't love it, don't do it, because the odds of you making it aren't high. I'm doing it because I like doing it. I have a day job to make a living, but if I had to make a living like this, I'd be under the trash can with the homeless guy down on Hollywood Boulevard themselves. And I was friendly with Steve Rossi, who was with Alan Rossi back years ago, the comedy team, and hung out with him in Watchtown when we went out to eat. I handled myself. The charisma and the it factor, and when people see you, they almost know you're someone, even when you're not. And that's a certain gift that Elvis had, Sinatra had, very few people have. So that's something I study a lot. One thing that kid cadet, very, very perceptive. When you meet me, you won't forget me, whether you like me or not. But I have the energy. I'm an older guy now. I'm in my 50s. I get the energy of somebody half my age. And I can work somebody half my age and actually be funnier than somebody else.
Yeah.
So I hope I get that break. And by the way, it's not my nature to talk about people. So you want to hear one of my funniest jokes I'm going to do when I get on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yes.
At the end, I'm saying, Jimmy, you know, you're a great host. And one thing all your guests say about you is you know how to listen. And then, you know, I'll say thank you. And then I'll say, nobody knows you got nothing to say. That's so I'm writing everything ahead of time in case. The odds are low. I'm being prepared. Did you know, Kid Cadet, I was a lion tamer when I was 22 years old?
I did not know.
You know how many times, Kid Cadet, I stuck my head in a lion's mouth? Only once.
Okay. Oh.
I'll get to the funny ones.
Okay. I think you're killing it. I think this is great.
Hey, they asked me, listen, they asked me to be the centerfold for Reader's Digest last week.
They did?
Yeah, but I don't like where they put the staples.
I like that.
So if you were not a dentist or a comedian, what job would you be terrible at?
I'm not a good athlete. I'll give you an example. Junior year, I played football. They arrested me for molesting a goalpost. Okay.
What kind of music do you like to sing?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I always grew up on the 70s and 80s, but as I've gotten older, I've learned Sinatra music and I've learned older stuff. And what's interesting is I have that photographic memory. I'll play a song once or twice. I don't need sheet music.
Wow.
So I put it at a piano, and people, you know, you go to a restaurant, you ask for a song, they take 12 books out, they find a song, and they still mess it up. I can just sit at a piano with no sheet music. I have a unique talent where I could take a song and play it. I did this for Ethan and Hill, and I can put words in about them. Like I did a Piano Man song, and I just, you know, sing me a song, you crazy Jew. No, tell me a joke, you crazy Jew. Make me laugh tonight. We're sick of H3's videos. Something about you ain't right. I just wrote that. Well, I played it on the piano. I sent it to them, and they put it on the pocket. So I have like that weird Yankovic guy.
Yeah, I love him.
A song that I know by heart, and I could, if I knew enough about you two, I could do one for you.
Who would play you in the Jimmie Lee biopic?
It'd have to be some wise guy, Italian guy, maybe John Travolta. I don't know.
Is he available? Okay, what's been the best piece of advice that you've ever received in your career?
Well, my wife's dad, who I really respect, he's a businessman. He always said to me, stay humble, work really hard. He said something I don't do, I guess, because of my personality. Low profile. You don't have to brag to people about everything. Everybody doesn't have to know who you are, but work hard, be honest, and be a good guy.
Would you rather challenge Dan to a celebrity boxing match or challenge Jimmy Kimmel to a celebrity boxing match?
Absolutely Jimmy Kimmel, because I idolize him and want to be on his show.
And who would take him?
And Dan hates me anyway.
Aw, he is Dan the hater, so.
Yeah, Dan has a personality disorder. He has rectal uptitis. Do you know what that is?
I could probably figure that out.
I'll tell you, it's where the optic nerve connects to the rectum, giving one a shitty outlook on life.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Dan.
But I didn't really want to tell him. Maybe you can tell him.
Okay, I'll relay the information. Okay.
Promise?
Sure.
Okay.
Jimmy, thank you so much. This is such an honor.
I love you guys. Thanks. Have a good night.
You too, everybody. We'll see you guys real soon. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe,
Double,
everybody.
baby.